morning. Okay, should I wait? Okay, fine. Okay. Good morning. I am Charlotte Reese. I use all pronouns, and I'd like to welcome you to Bucksmont Unitarian Universalist Fellowship's multi-platform worship, where, moved by love, we share lifelong journeys of growth, wonder, and healing, nurturing wholeness in society and spirit, creating a community of justice and compassion. I'd like to give a welcome to everyone joining us online and in person today. Members, friends, and those who may be newcomers to our community this morning. If you are new to Bucksmont and visiting us in person today, please stop by our Visitors Center in the front hallway near where you came in. There, you can also make a name tag for yourself and find more information about Unitarian Universalism, Bucksmont Fellowship, and upcoming events. If you'd like a hymnal or printed order of service, those are available near the entrance to the sanctuary. If you are visiting us online or prefer digital methods, please email our office administrator, Beverly, to sign up for our email newsletter and to get connected to our congregation. You may also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Bucksmont UU. Each week in our service, we offer time for people to share a joy or sorrow from their lives by texting a phone number. That number is shared on the screen for everyone now and will be again later in service. If you would like to see the order of service, details about upcoming events and other ways to gather with our community, you can find that on the homepage of our website, www.bucksmontuu.org. Whether you are a guest, friend, or member, we are glad you are part of our worship service today. There is a lot happening at Bucksmont UU, and we'd like to highlight these announcements in particular. A video explaining our December split plate recipient, Rolling Harvest Food Rescue, will be shown. Their founder and executive director, Kathy Snyder, is here and available to answer any questions after the service. As you can see, we have the craft fair for the second time this year, our last one. Shop for loved ones or yourself, plus benefit Bucksmont. There will be a holiday game and movie night next Sunday, December 10th, starting at 5 p.m. Please see the e-voice for more information. Bucksmont is filling 2 holiday baskets with food for families served by our community partner, the Immigrant Rights Action Organization. The baskets will be located in the welcoming area in front of the kitchen. Please see e-voice for sign-up Genius details. And now we have a special announcement from one of our many committees that make up our community.
Hi, good morning. I'm Karen Anderson. I'm the co-chair of the membership committee, along with Yvonne Utzika. I am holding the membership books. These hold a rich history of all of the people who have become members of our beloved congregation. I do want to add also that membership is the one committee that touches the lives of all who enter our building. You probably remember signing.
What exactly is the membership committee, you ask? Well, I'm going to let the members of our committee tell you a little bit about what it is that we do.
My name is Brian Rothkopf. Our committee is charged with greeting visitors who come to Sunday service and with making sure they know that we're glad that they came. Our ambassador will gently try to find out where they are from and what has brought them to Bucksmont.
I'm Sarah Forney. We make sure that our visitor fills out a form that gives us some basic identifying information. Then we make sure that they receive a packet from us that will guide them on their journey towards becoming a member of Bucksmont.
How are you?
Hi, I'm Pat Lathrop. The membership committee realizes how important it is to connect with our visitors and our returning visitors when they attend a service. So with that in mind, we ask that the ambassador asks that they sign into our visitors log and make themselves a name tag. After that, we make a very special effort to connect with them both before and after the service to let them know they are welcome in our community. And we hope you will too. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jill Worthington. When visitors decide to pledge and become full-fledged members of Bucksmont, we take their picture and we create a biography about the things they'd like to share with our community and with all of you. That can help make personal connections easier and faster. Make sure to read the bios in the e-voice and introduce yourselves to our newest members.
I'm Susie Hook. It is so important to help our new members really connect within our Bucksmont congregation. We try to discover where their interests may lie, perhaps flower arranging for services, peace and justice, music, meditation, and more. Then we introduce them to people in our community who can help them get involved.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Herman. In the spring, Kevin always introduces our new members during a Sunday service, and the membership committee always has a reception in their honor. At this past year's reception, I can't tell you how much fun I had getting to know our newest members.
Let's not forget a very important part of the membership committee. It is connecting the children of the new members with our religious education program. They are the future of Bucksmont.
We're always looking for new ideas to help make Bucksmont an even more welcoming place for those individuals looking for a new spiritual path. We'd love to have you join us. Please speak to any of us after the service. Thank you.
As we gather in our sanctuary, in our homes, or watch from mobile screens almost anywhere, we are all together. Those watching now on Sunday and those who may be watching months from now. We are joined together for worship across both space and time. This is a free, creedless religious congregation. In the discipline of truth and the spirit of universal kinship, we join together in a cooperative quest for religious and ethical values, seeking to apply these values to the development of character, enrichment of the spirit, and service to all. You are welcome here, whoever you are, whomever you love, whatever the color of your skin or the country of your origin, no matter your gender expression or gender identity, whatever your age, however you define family, wherever you are at this time, and whatever the source of your faith, you are welcome here.
This morning, as we do each time we gather, we kindle our Unitarian Universalist chalice. We do so today with words from Reverend David O. Rankin. During the Advent season, we celebrate the qualities of faith, hope, love, and joy. Yet these must be viewed through the prism of paradox. No faith is worthy without the capacity to doubt all things, for then it is only credulity. No hope is possible without the specter of defeat in the wings, for then it is only dreaming. No love is strong without the dread of loss in the heart, for then it is only passion. No joy is complete without the certainty of sorrow in the future, for then it is only frivolity. Thus, it is wrong to mislead people with simplistic notions, for they distract us from the fullness of life. After all, seas have storms, the clouds have lightning, and the roses have thorns forever. Please light your chalice at home. Our common chalice is now lit.
We are entering a time of year where the earth grows colder, the animals begin to hibernate, and the days become continually shorter. This morning marks the beginning of the season of Advent. In the Christian tradition, Advent is the beginning of the church year, recognizing the transforming power of God in the world and looking forward toward the birth of Jesus and the celebration of spiritual light. And Christianity is not alone in celebrating light at this time of year. Hanukkah, solstice, and Kwanzaa all involve candles, fire, and lights as part of their celebrations. Each week until Christmas, we light a new candle on the Advent wreath, a circle of evergreens along with each of the preceding candles. The flame of each new candle reminds us that something is happening now, but something more is still to come. The light of Advent grows brighter and brighter, guiding us towards personal peace, shared joy, and more love. This morning, we light the first candle. We light this candle as a symbol of hope and expectation. May we dare to open the shadowy places in our lives and memories to the healing light of community. With the creative power of hope, we express our longing for peace and prepare our hearts to be transformed.
Good morning. My name is Jennifer Worthington, not Dina Condren, as printed in your order of service. I use she, her pronouns. And please join us as you are willing and able in singing hymn number 1, May Nothing Evil Cross This Door. Please rise.
May nothing evil cross this
and hold love in. Time for all ages, everyone. Can all the children or the young at heart please come to the front? Let's give a little bit more space. Back up, back up, back up. My name is Melissa. I'm the Director of Religious Education. I use she, her pronouns, and today we have a Wonder Box for the children. So, can we let somebody maybe who has never opened the Wonder Box open? Would you like to open it today? Go ahead. So it's a latch right there.
Can I just look inside, please?
How about we just open it and find out all together? Okay. Evelyn, do you know what that is? Do you want to pull it out? What is that? Does anyone know?
Streamer.
It's kind of like a streamer.
Chain.
A chain. It's called a paper chain. So, can we count how many links are on this paper chain? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We missed one. There's supposed to be 22. So, all right, why do we think there's 22 links in this paper chain? Yeah, it is really long. Is there something special happening in 22 days? Does anyone know? It's the third. Christmas, you're right. So, part of what today is the beginning of Advent, which is how some religions count down the time till Christmas. This is a fun way to count down the ways till Christmas that's a little bit more kid-friendly. So, each time we're here, we get to rip a paper off of the chain until we see how many days left until Christmas. How does that sound to you guys? Yeah? Is anyone else doing any advent calendars at home this year?
I have one.
Yeah? What's in yours, Harrison? What's yours like?
Each day, there's these little chocolate things inside.
Oh, chocolate treats. What about you, Gigi?
There's paper and candy.
Oh, paper and candy. Anyone else have an advent calendar at home? Leona?
Inside my calendar chart, there's cake in it for dessert.
Oh, yours has cake. I want to come to your house. So there are a million different types of advent calendars if you've been to a store recently. But some of the most fun ways to start Christmas traditions, if you don't do one already, is to do something nice for somebody. So each Sunday, over the holiday season, can we try really hard to think about something nice we can do as part of the way that we can count down till Christmas? How does that sound, everyone?
I got one.
What's your idea, Leota?
It's coming here and seeing Nona and all my friends.
Yeah, that is pretty exciting. So let's think of something nice that you might be able to do for one of your friends or for a different member of our congregation, okay? All right, thank you, everyone. As you go on your way, may you be filled with gladness. Go enjoy, go enjoy. May fortune bless your day in peace and loving kindness. Go in love, go in love. As you go on your way, may you be filled with gladness. Go enjoy, go enjoy. May fortune bless your day in peace and loving kindness. Go in love, go in love.
The offering in liberal religion is a vital part of our history of faith. As a covenanted community, people who freely choose to be here, our voluntary giving is symbolic of that freedom of choice. Each week at Bucksmont, we share our offering with a different cause or organization in our community. For the month of December, we are sharing with Rolling Harvest. Rolling Harvest collects fresh vegetables from local farmers and distributes to the less fortunate through local free food pantries. We ask that you participate in our morning offering in one of these ways. You can write out a check to Bucksmont and mail it into the fellowship. You may donate online now or at the end of our worship service. Or you may place your donation in one of the baskets as they are passed. We will now receive the morning offering. What? The video, yes. We will now watch the video.
I was volunteering at a food pantry and I looked around and I said, why are we giving away this junk? I wouldn't eat this way. I wouldn't serve this to my family. And that's how it started, going out to a farmer's market and saying, hey, do you have an extra cucumber or 5? Rolling Harvest Food Rescue provides the freshest, locally grown fruits and vegetables from our partner farmers right here in the area. And we provide them to food pantries and soup kitchens and hunger relief organizations that couldn't possibly be able to provide expensive, locally grown produce, especially organic, which is a big percentage of what we do. We are dealing with small family farms. The smallest farm is 5 acres. The largest farm is only 300. The farmers go into this because of their love of wanting to feed people and feed them well. This is really all about the farmers and their generosity. They know that Rolling Harvest will take that surplus or that excess, and we're going to find really good homes for everything.
Every farmer knows that one of the heartbreaks is that not all the great food that you have sells at market. It's important that the people picking it up and taking it somewhere else, the distributor, treat it like gold and understand the value of that food, understand that it has to be packed right, and it has to be distributed immediately. If you want people to eat vegetables, no matter who they are, they have to look great. Rolling Harvest works really hard to make our produce be as beautiful when they deliver it as it is when they pick it up.
Just because you're poor and up against it doesn't mean that you deserve bad produce that's going rotten. We want to give people good food, healthy food, presented nicely, as we would expect to be served ourselves. Rolling Harvest, we're really grateful for them. They bring us food from the farms. It's always fresh, it's always lovely. And also they've made the connections with farmers for us. It would be really difficult for us to go to farm to try and ask them for produce, and the fact that they've got all these wonderful connections is great.
We can really feel good about sharing this food with what's come to be known as food insecure population, which happens to be 17% of us, even here in wealthy suburbs. If the farmers can provide us with such an abundance of healthy food, maybe it's one less sick day for a mother at work. Maybe it's a slightly better attention span for a kid at school. And there's so much out here. We're just scratching the surface. When I see someone leave a food pantry with a bag full of fresh, healthy vegetables, I know that that night, or maybe that entire week, they're going to be eating well. And that's justice.
Ways that you can be involved, volunteer opportunities, ways that we connect with the community, please feel free to come and say hi afterwards. Thank you.
Our community continues to grow and thrive due to generous donations of both time and money. What?
Now we're receiving rings. They already did.
Now we will.
Receive the morning offering music?
Yes, there we go.
Oh, Jesus. Our community continues to grow and thrive due to generous donations of both time and money. For the many ways that you contribute and how it sustains this fellowship, we are truly grateful.
Please join us and rise as you are willing and able to sing Blessed Spirit of My Life, hymn number 86.
Our first reading this morning is a poem called Psalm for the Winter Soul by Cynthia Fredo. To the weaver of molecules, the spinner of stars, the impulse that gives birth to the universe, to the earth, to me. In the deepest, darkest night of my wintered soul, I wrap myself in a blanket of my sadness and grief, pain and suffering, doubts and concerns, fears and questions, and look out from my wondering eyes toward the light that dares to penetrate the layers of blindness that surround me. So obscured is my vision because of the trials and tribulations of this life, that it is your fractal rays of possibility and hope that I seek to inspire me to emerge from this cocoon that holds me. Each luminescent ray of love and hope and possibility is that catalyst which I need to transform my thoughts and emotions into fuel for that inner fire, which will dispel the darkness of my night, which will help me to see more clearly the embers of love and hope and possibility that dwell within me. I long to be filled with renewed energy and strength to thrust new life into these wings of my rebirth, the fragile fragments of my life, the ingredients in the alchemist's hand, creating a new energetic substance to course through my veins. This womb of my becoming has been one of struggle and transformation. I was never meant to remain in this confinement of darkness. I was created to dwell in the infinite light. To the weaver of molecules, the spinner of stars, the impulse that gives birth to the universe, to the earth, to me. In the deepest, darkest night of my wintered soul, I shall look through the window of my expectant eyes toward the source of my being, waiting as I do for your alchemist's hand to create within me the change that is necessary for the season of my rebirth. I was never meant to remain in this confinement of darkness. I was created to dwell in the infinite light. Spring will come again, this I know, and I will be ready for my emergence and unfolding, that I might soar even higher into my own becoming, into the light of my own transcendence, reawakened, renewed, reborn.
Our second reading this morning is Darkness by Jessica Banks. Every good, new thing comes out of darkness, the womb, the earth, the depths of our dreams and imagination. Darkness harbors the things that could not survive the harsh, bare light of day, things that just aren't ready for the relentless energy of the sun and wind and other people's expectations. Darkness is soft and warm. It presses like blankets, soft wings, and loving arms. It's not as lonely as the light can be. Other souls can be as close or as far as we need them to be, when we don't have the evidence light delivers to our eyes. It's not that darkness can't be scary. Often the scariest thing in the dark is the closeness of ourselves, with nothing to distract ourselves from our thoughts and memories and regrets. And we're still ingrained with that deep primal urge to light the fires against the night where wild animals and enemies lurk. But I say, don't be so quick to light the first spark on midwinter or Christmas Eve. Dwell in the darkness for a little while. More than any other animal in the deep winter, we have faith that the light will return, so we can afford to give the darkness its time too. The winter night is beautiful.
The winter night is beautiful. This is the kind of thing we hear a lot around the time of Advent, and it can be true. But it's also true that the winter night can be harsh and unrelenting, and the darkness can seem endless. We're freezing and scared, wondering how the hell we got there, and if we will ever find a way out. We suffer. At the risk of oversharing, I'll tell you that this past year has been one of those long, dark nights for me. A little over a year ago, my marriage of 23 years imploded. I was blindsided, I didn't see it coming, and I felt like I was plunged into a place so devoid of light that I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. If you've watched the show Stranger Things, you'll know what I mean when I say it felt like I was cast into the upside down. In the show, the upside down is a dark and eerie mirror of the real world, filled with toxic air, strange landscapes, and dangerous creatures. That was my winter, and it felt anything but beautiful. It only got colder and more desolate when my mother-in-law, who I loved tremendously, passed away. And then I got COVID, and I lost a sense of my smell, which I still haven't gotten back. And you don't realize how dangerous that is until you find you can't smell the smoke of something you left burning on your stove or the gas leak in your kitchen. And then my mom got sick with a life-threatening illness and was hospitalized. She got better, then was hospitalized again. Then my dad got sick and was hospitalized. And then in October, I lost my job. So there were times during all this, weeks on end, especially in the early days after the end of my marriage, where I really didn't think I was going to survive. When the pain was so great, I thought it would kill me, and I had to literally focus on making it from 1 minute to the next. I remember my therapist saying to me, "Beth, you might not see it now, but you will use this as a catalyst for transformation. You can make meaning out of this." It would be really inappropriate for me to tell you what I said back to her, but let's say it wasn't positive and it was not affirmational. Psychotherapist and author Francis Weller, in his book The Wild Edge of Sorrow, talks about the night world that grief and loss casts us into. He proposes that the work we do in this place can ripen our grief into something that can, in turn, nourish our lives and community. As improbable as this may seem when we're in the throes of the dark hours of our lives, I believe there's truth there. In fact, there's a term for this. It's called post-traumatic growth, which is the process of making meaning out of trauma and growing from that trauma. That meaning becomes a catalyst to move forward despite what has happened. When we experience post-traumatic growth, we don't return to baseline, but we become new people as a result of that traumatic event. It's important here to note that not everyone responds to suffering in the same way, and the potential for transformation depends on various factors, including individual differences, support systems, and the nature of adversity. Professional mental health support can be crucial for individuals navigating challenging experiences and seeking positive transformation. Therapy was and is life-saving for me, and it's a privilege that I recognize that not everyone has access to. The darkness of our suffering and post-traumatic growth that some of us may experience brings gifts to us. One of those gifts is the deepening of our capacity for compassion for others. American Tibetan Buddhist teacher and author Pema Chodron believes that in experiencing fully our own suffering, not denying its intensity or pervasiveness, we develop a sense of connection with others who are also suffering. In the words of another Buddhist teacher and grief worker, Frank Osaseki, through our suffering, we build an empathetic bridge to other people's experiences. We see our common humanity. We can also grow and experience deeper self-compassion. Self-compassion is the greatest kind of love that we can show ourselves. We learn to honor and accept our humanness. We can also learn the value of friendship. In his book, More Beautiful Than Before, How Suffering Transforms Us, Rabbi Stephen Letter says that to love and care for someone who is whole is one thing. To love and care for a person when he or she is broken, weak, and afraid is quite another. That is the deepest kind of love, a love discovered only through vulnerability and pain. If we are lucky when we are suffering, we are on the receiving end of that love. For me, that looked like my mom listening to me cry over the phone at 2 a.m., my parents keeping me company for hours every evening, or people who I never expected reaching out, inviting me out to dinner, having me over to their place to play games or just veg out. These people were like stars blinking to life in my night sky, slowly illuminating the darkness surrounding me. We can also learn to become comfortable with vulnerability, that it's okay to lean on each other, to share our struggles. We can discover that vulnerability is not a weakness, but that it's the glue that binds us together. And importantly, we can learn how to make meaning out of our experiences. The stories we create about our trauma and our loss can either limit us or help us create a life we love. Suffering becomes meaningful when we trust ourselves to use the experience to deepen our capacity to become more whole, loving, and wise, regardless of what we're going through. We may not feel this confidence at first. It takes time to trust that anything of value could possibly come from anything that hurts so much. When we search for and find significance or lessons in difficult experiences, this can contribute to a sense of purpose. The darkness, the suffering, is not the end of us or our stories. It's messy and it's painful, and we may be wounded, but it's not the end. Rabbi Letter tells the story of one of the people he counseled, a woman named Mary Semmel. Mary's young son died, and she says about her experience that, quote, "I learned when people described their feelings as painful, it was not a metaphor. I felt pain beyond anything I could possibly have imagined. Pain so searing it raised goosebumps on my arms, made me nauseous, left me panting and wondering how soon I could die so I wouldn't have to feel it anymore. But I learned I could live, work, and love in spite of excruciating pain. And what's more, a lot of very ordinary-looking people are out there, more than I ever suspected, who also live with extraordinary wounds. Time and care do temper the pain. The most truthful and helpful words anyone ever said to me," said Mary, were, it will not always be this bad. It will not always be this bad. Those words are really hard to believe when you're overcome by your pain and grief and in the grip of anxiety or numbness or hopelessness. But the darkness for most of us will end, and the moon will begin to glow, and eventually the sun will rise. We find that the moments of darkness we endure are just not about surviving. They're about reinventing, remaking, and rediscovering who we are at our core. I want to be clear that while we can make meaning of suffering, I do not believe suffering is necessary for growth or that it's handed down to us from some divine source to teach us lessons. In fact, some studies have shown that the same type of growth can come from positive experiences. But when we do go through suffering, we can try to learn from it in ways that can strengthen our resilience, give us hope, and build our connection with each other. We can learn that beautiful things grow in the dark. To everyone here who is navigating their own path through the shadows, may you find the courage to face your suffering, the resilience to endure your darkness, and the warmth of a community where empathy and helping each other illuminate the way forward. May it be so. Let us now enter into a time of awareness within ourselves and connection beyond boundaries. Connection to one another, to that interdependent web of life of which we are but one small thread. As we breathe in, we are connected. As we breathe out, we are connected. Please join me in this prayer written by UU Minister Kyle Johnson. Mystery of the universe, you who some think of not as being among other beings, but as being the very ground of being itself. Thank you for this day, for another sunrise, another chance for us to witness the wonder of creation. We know that yours is a creation that is truly double-edged, a yin-yang universe. For it is indeed one in which the life-giving flame can also burn, but it is also one in which the dark, cold, misting rain gives rebirth to spring. And it is one in which, paradoxically, our acquaintance with pain and sorrow can help us better appreciate pleasure and joy. Help us then to have courage and strength to embrace it all, to embrace what is. Help us, we who are similarly double-edged, who love for those closest to us, whose love for those closest to us can so easily provoke our own tribal instincts and prejudices, whose own pain, rather than fostering empathy and compassion, may turn us inward to dig moats, to build walls rather than bridges. So help us embrace this double-edged yin-yang universe with courage and strength, but above all, help us to do so in a spirit of love and compassion. For this, it seems, is our eternal challenge, as it is also the wellspring of our eternal salvation. As we breathe in, we are connected. As we breathe out, we are connected. May our minds create a vision of the world radical enough to be called holy. May our actions contain the promise of hope and the commitment to justice. May our hearts remember that love is a power that resists all forms of fear. By our thoughts, by our actions, by our hearts, and by our very breath, may it be so.
As part of our caring outreach to one another, we set aside a few moments to note both sorrows and joys in our lives. In these moments of peace and reflection, we turn our attention to one another. We hold each and all in our compassionate thoughts and the prayers of our hearts. This morning, we are lighting candles to mark the important moments in our lives. Each candle adds to the collective light of this community, a place that also holds the memories of those who have gone before and anticipates those who have yet to arrive. To share the joy or sorrow you would like held by our caring community, text the number that is now on the screen. Please include your name along with your sharing. It is the same number no matter how you join us today, and you can add it to your contacts for future weeks. I will read them aloud, and Charlotte will light a candle on your behalf. What is shared today will go out in our weekly caring notes for those who cannot be with us this morning. Please remember to include your first and last name with what you share. Okay, thank you. And now we will light a final candle for all the joys and sorrows that remain unspoken and deep within our hearts. With words spoken and candles lit, we honor our joys and our sorrows, those shared this morning and the many more that exist beyond words. Through our time together, our relationships are deepened and our community made whole.
Okay, you go first.
Please rise as you are willing and able in singing our final hymn, Come Sing a Song with Me, number 346.
Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song.
Our chalice extinguishing words this morning are adapted from Reverend Joe Von Rue. Traditionally, Advent is a time of searching for light in the dark. The pagan tradition of Yule is a celebration of the return of the sun. But darkness is as important as light. The cold dark of winter is as important to life as the bright warmth of summer. Darkness is home to entire ecosystems, places where humans cannot survive. Darkness offers us the gift of rest, healing, and hope. It is in the darkness of sleep that our bodies are able to heal and rejuvenate. Darkness offers opportunities for beauty and love to live in our lives. Conception begins in the dark womb. A great prophet was born at night. And the vastness of the universe can only be seen on the darkest of nights. So as we begin this season of waiting, this season of increasing darkness, let us give thanks for the life, rest, healing, hope, love, and beauty that are offered to us only in the darkness. As we extinguish this light, we embrace the dark. As our community departs from this service, may we remember all who came before. May we imagine all who will come after. May we honor all who are present with us here and now. In our time together, we create this community, one of promise, one of commitment. In our time together, may each of us become a sanctuary for all we meet on the journey. May we go together now and return again.